The Army is now working to ensure homemade bombs don't escape the gaze of Vader. And we're not even making this one up. 3 years ago, the U.S. military began testing a new drone-mounted sensor designed to auto-spot and track people from 25,000 feet, which they named Vader, which stands for Vehicle and Dismount Exploitation Radar. And supposedly this was explicitly designed to be used only in Afghanistan. And now the Army wants 3 years of maintenance and support for this system, which, if anything, just goes to show you that we aren't leaving Afghanistan anytime soon. And the fact that they name it Vader also goes to show that which side of the force our government obviously thinks that it's on. Pro tip, it's not the good guys. And that actually leads into something that Jakari told me about earlier, which I couldn't believe. Apparently, a WhiteHouse.gov petition has been started by people to secure resources and funding to begin construction of a Death Star by 2016. Apparently, almost 7,000 people, 6,819 people have signed a petition now. They want the government to have a Death Star. I don't even trust our government to wield a fly swatter, let alone a Death Star. This is horrifying. What I really hope about this is 7,000 people just trying to make a statement that they don't think the government takes these petitions seriously, although I would hate to see this be the one that our government actually does decide to take seriously and then go get a Death Star. That is horrifying. And finally, this is actually an article I put out today on INFOWARS.com. Will Congress Drone Caucus push for DHS drone oversight? Apparently, the House of Representatives has a Congressional Unmanned Systems Caucus. So basically, it's a drone caucus, which they have used to push for expanded domestic drone use. And one of its members is even leading the idea that the DHS needs to take over drone oversight from the Federal Aviation Administration. And you don't hear about these guys very often in the media, but they're very influential, and they consider themselves to be, quote, the drone industry's voice on Capitol Hill. Well, that industry voice actually received a combined total of $8 million in drone-related special interest campaign contributions. And now we've got caucus member Representative Michael McCall going on record to say that the DHS needs to step up and take over more control on this drone oversight from the FAA, because the FAA is just geared towards safety. And apparently he doesn't think safety is nearly as important as national security risks and the idea that potential terrorists could hijack our domestic drones. Well, as we saw with Hurricanes Katrina and Sandy, I don't think anybody is really thinking DHS has any interest in our personal safety. And with their unprecedented power grabs and all of their ammo buys, I think Mike Adams did an article where he said that they've bought enough ammunition now to do a 7-year war with the American people. That's more than 2 bullets for every man, woman, and child in this country. Nothing about any of that makes me feel safe. And the idea that one of our Congress people who is openly taking money from drone special interests is now calling for the DHS to have even more power is a pretty horrifying concept. But that actually reminds me to remind you all that tomorrow is our first ever drone mob that we will be hosting here in Austin, Texas at Zilker Park at 11 a.m. And we actually are going to give some amazing giveaways out there if you come bring your drones and fly them with us. Alex has also announced a $1,000 video contest for the best video shot at tomorrow's drone mob. And we're all going to be there. I'm going to be there. Jakari Jackson, David Ortiz, David Knight, Rob Dew. So come on out. We're actually protesting. This is a protest. What we're saying here is that the government is using our money. They're taking our money. They're putting it into this technology. They're upgrading it. And then they're turning it against us. Well, if Big Brother can fly drones on us, we can fly drones on them. So come on out, show your support for this. We need to raise awareness. That is it for the news portion of the program. Now let's go to the quote of the day. Today will be a day long remembered. It has seen the death of Kenobi and soon the fall of the rebellion. And actually, that's not Janet Napolitano, that's Darth Vader. Although I guess if 7,000 people on WhiteHouse.gov get their way, it will soon be Janet Napolitano saying such things. It's pretty horrifying, actually.